Hello, this is movie review number 1143. This is My Old Ass. My Old Ass is a 2024 movie directed by Megan Park. This is from Amazon MGM Studios, Indian Paintbrush Productions, and Rookie Trap Entertainment. I saw this movie on October 8th, 2024 at Regal Cinema 16 in Deerfield Town Center in Mason, Ohio. And this was pretty good in my opinion. So, Elliot is an 18-year-old who just recently turned 18, and a birthday mushroom trip brings Elliot face to face with her wisecracking 39-year-old self. So, Elliot is trying to enjoy her birthday with her friends, and she hallucinates for a bit, and she comes face to face with her older self, who is 39 years old and is wisecracking. When the older Elliot starts handing out warnings about what her younger self should and shouldn't do, Elliot realizes that she has to rethink everything about family, love, and what's becoming a transformative summer as she is about to head off to college. So I like how in the movie, Elliot sees her older self, and let's just say that her older self is trying to tell her younger self what she should and shouldn't do, because the older self experienced things that some of them may be good, some of them may not be so good. And she is just, and Elliot is just trying to figure out what her older self is referring to. There are a few things that the older Elliot is trying to tell the younger Elliot about by spending more time with her family, being nicer to them, and avoiding someone named Chad. Well, Elliot does spend more time with her family, but let's just say that she does run into Chad. Now, won't say what happens or why the older Elliot is telling the younger Elliot to avoid Chad, but let's just say that something happens in the older Elliot's life that caused herself to rethink about what she could have done in the past. And she's just trying to tell her younger self what she should and shouldn't do to try to not go through those mistakes or regrets. I'm not saying that me and Chad was ever a regret. I'm just saying that something happens that made older Elliot realize or rethink about her life. Macy Stella portrays younger Elliot, while Aubrey Plaza portrays older Elliot, and it's really nice seeing a younger and older self coming face to face with each other, as the older self is more wisecracking, and the younger self is hyper, more younger, and doesn't exactly know what the future will entail. The older self does, and there were some things about the future that older Elliot is wanting younger Elliot to embrace and experience, but there were some things maybe not so much. So in the movie, we also see Chad, this guy that older Elliot is telling younger Elliot to avoid. He is played by Percy Haynes White in the movie. Maddie Sadler portrays Ruthie, who is one of Elliot's friends, and Clarice Brooks portrays Ro, R.O., who is another one of Elliot's friends. Maria Dicia portrays Kathy, who is Elliot's mother. Alan Guraham portrays Tom, who is Elliot's father. Sean Isaac Johnson portrays Max, who is one of Elliot's brother. Carla Turosa portrays Spencer, who is Elliot's other brother. And Alessandra Rivera portrays Chelsea. So I like how in the movie it features Elliot just trying to have her final days of her summer before going off to college, and then she find her older self, and she wants to figure out all the things that have happened between when she was 18 to when she was 39. And the older Elliot is not giving her too much information, and so the younger Elliot may be doing some of the things that the younger Elliot is telling her not to do, like maybe spending time with Chad. But it's also about time, how we have a limited amount of time in this world, and you don't want to take it for granted. And the movie does definitely explores how Elliot may have taken some of her time for granted, and let's just say that she starts to not take it so granted as much. She wants to do things that she probably didn't do in her younger years that she may want to do now, especially before she goes off to college. But she does figure out why older Elliot does not want her younger self to meet Chad in the first place. Yeah, it changes a little bit as far as the relationship between the older and younger self. But yeah, this was a pretty good movie. I definitely recommend it. So that's my movie review of my old ass Precinct Truth My Next movie review. Alright, goodbye.